So that's sort of the background, and now I want to talk about the power landscape. We have to understand who controls the world. So who controls the world? I want to see, sorry? I don't believe in the Illuminati, but they may exist and may not. What else? Who do you think controls and runs the world? Banks? Any other suggestions? Energy companies, very close. Yeah, ultimately, Mother Earth controls everything. But the thing is, it's not world leaders. Most people say it's world leaders, but these are puppets. They're only in and out every 4 or 5 years. They can never do any lasting change because half their term is for being re-elected, so they can never actually implement things. So it's not Trump or Jinping or Putin or any of the other world leaders. Mind you, he's a bit different. He owns energy companies. But the thing is, it's all about the world networks. If there's a thing which the masses use or need, that is where power comes in. So if you look at the world networks right now, these are the main ones. So money, religion, corporations, roads, infrastructure, energy, search, as in Google search or internet search, telecoms, pharmaceuticals, and the stock markets. These are all things that the masses use and need every day, every week, every year. So whoever controls these networks controls stuff. But the big two daddies, as you can probably imagine, are money and energy. So money is controlled by the central banks, but who controls the central banks? There's one level above the central banks, the BIS, IMF, and World Bank. And then the energy, I guess it's mainly Saudi, OPEC, and all the other energy providers. But when you go high enough, it's highly likely that one or a couple of entities own both energy and money networks. Why do you think we're in Syria right now? It's not from mass genocide or population oppression. It's gas lines. We are battling to see who can provide Europe with gas. So we have two major pipelines. We basically have the East pipeline going to Europe, and then we have the West pipeline, and they all converge in Syria. And we can't go, they can't go around. So it's literally, they're just securing its strategic positioning in pipelines. That's it. So yeah. Anyway, enough of the controversy. Or one more controversial thing. I'm never going to be invited to another public talk after this, am I? So I think this little chap, big chap, has an interesting proposition. Or not proposition, he's on a precarious platform right now because he can either really shit the bed or turn North Korea into a good, prosperous nation. He is sitting on the world's biggest resources. He's sitting on $10 trillion worth of rare earth minerals and other resources. Untapped, unmined, no roads even going to these deposits. So if I were him, or if I were his advisor, I would say just open the borders. Just westernize yourself. That's the only way he can remain in power. If he doesn't, he'll be toppled. So in his best interest, he should just open up the borders, let the energy companies in, let the West and democracy come in and pillage the resources. That's the only way. In fact, it's a win-win for everyone. So yeah, the power is within the network controllers. This is why cryptos and distributed ledger technologies, most people call it blockchain tech, is so disrupted because it's not about what coin or crypto is going to go to the moon. That's what people are too fixated on. The real power and the secret superpower of cryptos or distributed ledger technologies is disintermediation. And what disintermediation is basically the disruption of a network controller. Anything with power, control, or trust is going to be disintermediated. Now, we don't even need these fancy technologies to do that. We are already seeing a wave of disintermediation. We're seeing Airbnb, the world's biggest hotel company, doesn't own a thing. Uber, Spotify, these are the disruptors. But even the disruptors are going to be disrupted by new tech, i.e. distributed ledger technologies. I've literally just stepped on my own toes there. Yeah. And at the end of the day, all of these are middlemen. I mean, I've just spent a month in Spain, and our Airbnb sort of villa was 3,000 euros. I looked at the costing. Airbnb took 10% as a fee. They took 300 euros from that. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it was that high. And so big middleman. Uber, big middleman. Like, there is no reason for these to exist. And natural economics and business and commerce always streamlines and moves towards gross marginal cost, i.e. no middlemen. And so if they don't pivot their business models and embrace new tech, they are going to be disrupted. And so what DLT is, I call it the trust nuke. So I guess in the medium term, they're going to massively disrupt money and banking. All middlemen businesses and sectors are going to be disintermediated. Capital raising, i.e. the stock market, is going to be completely disrupted. And then eventually the network rulers. So we are literally like, we are seeing this firsthand. It's not theory anymore. We are seeing this happen real time. It's so fascinating for me.